Hey guys, ETN10 here from Sunbros, and today we are bringing you just an absolutely delicious treat, top 6 marksmen in Arena of Valor. Now, if you guys are in an A, you know there's only 6 marksmen, so we're essentially going to be breaking them down from worst to best. And before we get started, guys, I'm going to remind you, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and of course, join the Discord community to find some solid players to play with, as well as keep up with the latest news on the Sunbros channel and, of course, Arena of Valor. Alright guys, without further ado, coming in at number 1, best marksman in all of Arena of Valor is none other than Valheim. Wait. What? Oh, the list is backwards? Okay, my bad. Let's restart. Coming in at number 6 as the worst marksman in Arena of Valor is none other than Valheim. Now, before we get really deep into this, I want to clear up one thing for all you AP Valheim fanatics. I know AP Valheim exists, and I do not care. Now, the reason why Valheim finds himself so low on this list as the absolute worst marksman in Arena of Valor is because when we think of a good marksman and what they bring to the team, we usually think really high single target damage. We think that they're really good at just wrecking towers. They're able to mitigate at least some of that squishiness that they have with some kind of legit escapability, whether it be a dash of some sort or some kind of really solid movement enhancing ability. They usually have really high auto attack damage or normal attack damage, and of course they can very often be relied upon to carry the game. Now, starting at the top, Valheim's damage output, or his potential damage output, I would say is bar none worst among marksmen in the game, and I don't think it's even close. Number 2, Valheim isn't very good at killing towers, not especially when you compare him to the other marksmen and how fast they melt towers down. Valheim brings absolutely no escapability to your team. He has no dash and no real solid, continually contributing movement buff ability of any sort. The most common argument I get for Valheim is that he has a really solid stun. And don't get me wrong, the stun is a plus, but it's not really a main component of what I'm looking for in a marksman. I can very easily get a lot of hard crowd control from tanks, warriors, supports, mages. Pretty much everyone else offers that to me. What they don't offer to me is really incredible single target auto attack damage, and neither does Valheim. And next, coming in at number 2, best marksman in all of Arena of Valor is none other than Yorn. Wait, what?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Wow, we have really fallen off the horse here. I apologize for even suggesting that Valheim and Yorn could be ranked so high. The important thing is that we regroup and
We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
And coming up next at the number 5 spot, otherwise known as the second worst marksman in all of Arena of Valor, is none other than Yorn. While Yorn's single target damage and tower killing ability is much higher than Valheim's, it's still not quite on par with the rest of the marksmen on the list. Some of the other things holding back Yorn is that he has very poor mobility. Since his toolkit doesn't offer a dash or any kind of ability that enhances his movement speed, it's a big problem for him. Additionally, with the lack of really truly elite single target normal attack damage, especially while his abilities are on cooldown, you would imagine that Yorn's toolkit has some kind of amazing game-changing ability that's going to be a big difference maker, but he doesn't. Coming in at number 4 is our furry slingshotting rodent, Fennec. Similar to Yorn, Fennec also struggles with not having elite normal attack damage. Now, where Fennec separates himself from your average Valheim and Yorn is that Fennec gives you a really solid mobility, especially with his second ability, Rolling Lightning, and he also boasts one of the fastest jungle clears in the game. Fennec also boasts a really solid toolkit with 3 abilities that can be game changers at any time, especially his ultimate, Chainhammer Cyclone, which can be really disruptive in a team fight. And coming in at number 3,
be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Oh, my apologies. But in the case of Slims, I'm pretty sure he's hunting you. And speaking of Slims, Slims is the very first hero on our list that comes in at the elite level normal attack damage. Because the truth is that even if you tied all of Slim's abilities behind his back, he could still melt any hero and any tower down with his normal attacks. But wait, there's more. Slims also offers you the longest stun in the game at 2.5 seconds, and every time you get hit with that at max distance, you're like, but here's what we're gonna do for you fine players of Arena of Valor. If you guys order Slims right now, you will also get included in your Slims package a long range jump via his second ability, Leap of Vitality, that also gives you an attack damage boost. And coming in as our second best marksman in all of Arena of Valor is none other than Gimli.
And my axe.
Sorry about that. Coming in at number 2 is actually Morin. I apologize. All dwarves look the same to me. Now, the first thing that gets Morin this high on the list is that he does possess the number 1 most normal attack damage in the game. As if it's not nice enough to have the best normal attack damage in the game, Morin also gets a second free extra auto attack every time he casts his first ability, Tactical Maneuver. And what makes it even crazier is that his passive causes the cooldown of Tactical Maneuver to come up over and over and over again. When it comes to mobility, Morin also gains 40% movement speed for 1.5 seconds each time he casts Tactical Maneuver, and like I mentioned before, he can cast it repeatedly. When it comes to crowd control, Morin boasts a really solid knockback in his second ability, Impact Barrage. It also slows enemy movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds. His ultimate, Magnetic Storm, Morin launches a Magnetic Storm towards the target area, and the explosion creates a Magnetic Storm for 2.5 seconds. It causes damage and slows movement speed by 50%. As if that wasn't good enough, if you use your second ability to knock them back into the Magnetic Storm, they also get stunned for an entire 1.5 seconds. That's 1.5 seconds. So let's go ahead and go over our checklist for Morin. Best normal attack damage in the game? Check. Random extra second shots because of his first ability? Check. Good mobility? Check. Great crowd control? Check. Now, for those of you who are watching this video and salivating at the opportunity to get Morin and try him out because he's got such a great toolkit, I have bad news for you. His kit gets even better because one of the things we haven't talked about, because we don't talk about it among marksmen, is survivability, and Morin's got it. Morin's got it in 2 different ways. Remember that first ability we talked about, Tactical Maneuver, that gets refreshed over and over and over again because it's passive? Well, it actually stacks, giving you armor and magic resist each time it does, and it gets up to 10 stacks. At level 15, each stack is worth 70 armor and 70 magic resist. Now, I know it's pretty difficult math, but that's 700 armor and magic resist at level 10 when you got all 10 stacks. And really good Morins can keep those 10 stacks as frequently as possible throughout the game. And to make his survivability even more insane, Morin gets from his passive precision, each time Tactical Maneuver is refreshed, Morin gains free, let me repeat that, free lifesteal of 26% at level 15, making Morin an absolute disgusting monster of a hero, especially late game. And last but certainly not least, and by last I mean first, because she's the best marksman in all of Arena of Valor, and there's not really a whole lot of debate about it, is Violet. And trust me, I know what you're thinking. E10, how is it possible for any marksman to be better than Morin? Well, Violet boasts one of the best abilities in the entire game with her first ability, Tactical Fire. With Tactical Fire, Violet gets a pretty long roll that enhances her next normal attack with a bunch of extra damage and range. Additionally, the second normal attack fired after the tactical roll will also have additional range. And if there's any nearby enemy heroes, Violet will also receive a 50% movement speed boost. And what makes Tactical Fire even better is that because of the passive reload, in which normal attacks reduce the cooldown of Tactical Fire, it can be spammed over and over and over again. And while Violet doesn't boast the highest normal attack damage in the game, she does have the highest burst damage in the game amongst marksmen, because the enhanced damage that she gets on her Tactical Fire normal attacks on crits is even higher. Tactical Fire sums up Violet's incredible burst damage as well as some really good mobility. And additionally to that, her second ability, Fire on the Hole, gives her a 90% slow for 1 second, which gives her a really hard to hit but really effective crowd control ability. And lastly, Violet's ultimate, Concussive Rounds, is a surprisingly long range ultimate that does a bunch of AoE damage at the end of its range. And that is it, guys, for our marksman rankings. And I know we had some technical difficulties, but
Appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie to you, it felt good.
and at the end of the day, we dug in real deep and got the job done.
That's what she said.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you guys enjoyed the content, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for a lot more awesome content just like this. Check out all our other hero ranking videos, and of course, our brand new How to Play Arena of Valor series. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, till next time.